Welcome, 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 confessors. Thank you for tuning in on this late night time. Y'all know I love me a late night time. We are back today with another 21 questions with confessions, and I am so excited to have the guest I am having on tonight. I love her. I've known her for a little bit, and we've never been able to really connect and collab together. So perfect timing. Here we are. So let me bring up the lovely one and only Miss I am the single one. Hey boo, hey.
Hey, thank you so much for having me and for that lovely introduction. I am so honored to be over here. I am a chat regular. I live for you, so this is fun.
I live for you, girl, and I am so happy you came through. Thank you for coming through. Yes, so like I said, this is just a good old girl time, and I am ready to have some girl time with you. And I just want to talk about your journey through blogging and all of this good stuff. So, first of all, you have I am the single one and I own the spotlight. So, tell me about both of those accounts because there's two different ones, right?
Sure. So On the Spot Live is my main channel. It's my mission channel. It's where I inspire people, encourage people, give them tips to purchase their first ever property. It's so important, especially for people in our community. So that is my main channel. And I do some culture stuff. We talk about trending topics, things happening in the culture, what's going on. So I do all of that over on a Spot Live. I am the single one is my channel, actually inspired by my first group of viewers because I am single by choice. And so a lot of people thought that that was interesting for a woman to just choose to be single forever. so,
Yes.
so I talk about reality, dating, love, relationships, that kind of stuff on that channel from a single girl's perspective, of course.
I love that. Like, what made you come to that decision to be single forever?
Question number one. Well, friend, let me tell
Girl.
you, it was a very long. It wasn't long. It was an analysis I did over time. I analyzed myself, who I was. I analyzed marriage and how it's practiced here, the pros and the cons. And I looked at the dating space, the dating environment, including Ready to Love, which is how we kind of got to know one another,
Yes.
and looking at that whole mess
That
and deciding, I you can opt out. And a lot of women don't know that they can opt out. They can choose not to participate at all and be fine and have a good, healthy, fulfilled life.
wow, I love that. That is so raw and real, girl. So now, while you were just giving me that explanation of it all, it got me to thinking of is it the 4B movement that's going on?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Okay, so here's the thing. I just caught on to the 4B movement thing like this week. So there's a
Right?
real 4B movement, right? And then there's a fake one.
Oh, okay.
So the real 4B movement are a group of women in Korea
Hmm.
where marriage is practiced very differently than here in the States. Women's rights is very different than here in the States. So that movement is born out of those women's specific struggle and the changes that they want to see, right?
Hmm.
Now, us, privileged American women over here are like, oh yeah, we're 4B movement, and we're not going through half of the things that those women are going through, but people have embraced the term. Now,
Hmm.
what I am against is what I call bitter single
Okay.
or broken single
Elaborate that for me, please.
or mad single. That's when you're just mad at men. You had a trifling, experience. And so now you're like, where? And so you're using your singleness kind of like as a way to get back at them.
Mm,
That's not healthy or whole.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah, so the 4B movement is not necessarily what I'm promoting, but
Mm-hmm.
I stand in solidarity with those women who have, very real concerns about their lives, um, and, and their situation. Of course, because I'm a girl's girl.
Absolutely. I had no idea there was a fake one going on. I did, like I said, I just discovered. At least I'm glad I discovered the real one, the Korean women, but I didn't know there was a fake one going on. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, I actually found a Korean woman who was talking about it, and she was like, "Oh my God, American ladies, you guys are crazy. What you have going on has nothing to do with what we have going on." So that's kind of how I, got educated about it. But I think it's okay to call it whatever you want, as long as you are happy, as long as your happiness is at the center of your decision making, then it's cool. But it shouldn't be based on being mad. You have to get over that, because
Yes.
you can't be happy in a relationship or happy and single if you're still mad.
Oh my goodness, girl, preach, preach. Yes. Oh yes, girl. Yes. So, do you still date? Do you still date though? You just don't commit to a person.
You know what, Confessions? Girl, I love you. I wish I could date, but I cannot date. So that's something that I kind of came to understand about myself. So my first decision, I first decided that I didn't want to be married, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would be no problem. I thought I'll just be open with men. I'll tell them, if we're dating or whatever, that I'm not interested in marriage, motherhood, that whole thing. And men had a very, very strong reaction to it. Even the ones who don't want marriage themselves,
Of course they
they
would.
look at you like, what? And then I also learned something about men. And by the way, I know way more about men now than I did when I was dating.
Wow. Wow.
I've learned so much about men through not engaging with them for a long period of time. So yeah, so men really, they categorize women. They're This is not shade. They're simple beings and they like to simplify, right? So
Mm-hmm.
to a man, there are only two kinds of women. There's the and the housewife, right?
Yes.
So they couldn't understand a woman who was making the choice not to be married. Men are also very self-centered in that they feel like a woman's existence is to be with them. So if you're not with me, then what are you doing? Who are you? Why do you matter? Why do
Yes.
you even exist?
Yes.
So dating became very hard. I thought it would be easier, but it was hard. And then you had the people that kind of like thought they would change my mind.
Mm.
And so I decided just not to date anymore.
Much less stressful. I can get
Yes, girl, the peace on this side is
that.
like nothing. I am telling you, it is peace, peace, peace.
Yes, peace. Your peace is a virtue, honey. It is. It is. It is. So, okay. So, when you decided to first become a blogger, why and when did you decide I can do this and I want to do this?
I became a realtor and I loved it so much. The first thing I learned, um, once I began practicing as a realtor here in the best city ever, the city of Chicago, um, I was helping amazing clients who I really, 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 love and respect, and they trust me, and I love that. But I noticed there weren't a lot of us participating in the purchasing of property. I also learned that property is purchased every day. It's
Mm,
not this rare occurrence, right? That
right.
only happens every blue moon. And so there are so many people participating, and setting a good financial foundation and or building wealth through property ownership, but I didn't get to help enough of us, and I wanted to help more of us. So I realized that, well, I thought to myself, people need, this information. I'll give them the great information and they'll, be inspired and they'll own a spot. I learned that in overall in our culture, it just isn't talked about or promoted enough or made priority. The principle of ownership, especially when it comes to property ownership.
Yeah.
So that's how I started the first channel. It was during the demi.
The Denny.
Yeah. I don't want
I never heard anyone coin it that. I like that.
the demi dim. And then rates dropped. So then I came back online. I'm like, oh my God, you guys, rates are at historic lows, own a spot, own a spot, own a spot. But people were out spending stimulus checks, doing other things, honey.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So now, it's evolved, and that's kind of what started my journey.
I love that. So how long have you been a realtor? When did you start that?
2018 is when I became licensed, but it was at the very end of the year. It was like the last day of December. So I started practicing in 2019. So I'm in year 5.
Nice. And how much do you love this?
Oh my God, it's the best thing ever.
Is it?
It's so great. I love because I'm a person who has such a love for my city, right? And so I get to, incorporate my love for the city. We have 72 different neighborhoods here in Chicago, and
Wow.
they're all unique, and they have different like cool things about them that, that's very specific to that area. And
Yeah.
so I get to incorporate my love for the city, my love for people, my professional bag. I'm a working girl. I've been working since I was 16 and love working, love earning, love doing something productive. So it's like the perfect culmination of all of the things that I really, love to do. So it's awesome. It's amazing.
Oh, nice. See, I love architecture and going to see homes and
Yes.
houses. That just seems like so much fun. So I know you have to be up on watching all of the real estate shows. Do you watch like
Girl.
yeah, I know you be on girl. So which one is your favorite show out of all of the ones of real estate that you watch?
Okay, I can't really watch them because they're super fake. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But my favorite one was the one that DJ Envy was talking trash about with the ladies down in, were they like in Orlando
Oh,
selling? What
okay.
was the one with the Ocho Cinco's wife?
Yes. Yo, okay. Him. I can't remember. Was it? I can't even remember.
But
But I
I
know what
remember,
you're
and
saying.
I had an emotional fit
Selling
because
something. Sunset. I can't remember.
yeah, it was like a spinoff, and they did it. I loved it. It was all Black women. The brokerage owner was a Black woman,
Yeah.
right? They were, it was fake, but there was a part where she was attempting to establish relationship with developer and builders. And that is such a specific lane that is
Oh.
very tough to do. And I feel like people watching it like, stupid DJ Envy. Oh, he made me so mad. Oh, people were watching it, were like, oh, these homes aren't all that great and blah, blah, blah. And people have no idea the barrier to entry in this industry is not what you would expect. And
Oh.
for them to be in the luxury space, that's even harder because people purchasing in luxury, and these are things they didn't talk about in the show, but people purchasing at the luxury level are
Uh-huh.
likely to know at least 20 people already in the field who have been established for years in the field, right?
Uh-huh.
And of those 20 people that they know and could work with, at least 10 of them have done successful deals with other people that they know. So starting new and fresh for us is extremely difficult at any level, but the luxury level is something totally different. The luxury level is also much slower.
Yes.
So you're only going to have a few buyers and or sellers a year, and that's your make or break your whole entire year on those, 2 to 10 deals. So no one understood or appreciated what was happening with these Black women. So shout out to those Black women. I know they watch Confessions of a
No,
Reality Queen.
yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. The things you do not know if you do not know.
Girl, I'm sorry to go on a tangent, but
No, that is fine because I am learning. That is what this is for.
oh, he made me so mad.
So I guess
Oh,
that
no.
already answers my next question. Could you ever see yourself on one of these shows?
I don't, what I've learned about reality is they don't really allow you to make the impact that you want to make. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like it's something I care about too much for someone to play with it.
Yes.
I don't think I could come back from that.
Absolutely. I so get that. Yes. Yes.
Um,
Yes. So since you have been blogging and doing your real estate and everything, tell me what has been a high and what has been a low for you.
my high is right now being on Confessions of a Reality Queen.
Okay, girl, you better. You better.
Absolutely. Shout out to the chat, by the way. Hey, chat. Good to
Hey,
see you
y'all.
guys. And
Yeah,
oh,
our
how do you say that?
family, Bear Time is in the house,
Um,
and we've got them going on.
okay.
Shoot, did I go live on Instagram? Oh, well, it is now. We got some Instagrammers coming through, so we
Hey,
are,
Instagram.
we are having a ball. So, so the shows that you do like to talk about, because I've seen and been to some of your lives and everything, you have your panel going. So, what are some of the shows that you like to talk about when you are doing the blogging for reality TV on other shows?
So for, on my single channel, I really like to do Ready to Love. But unfortunately, I checked out this season. I did the first 2 episodes, I believe, and then, I checked out. But I did do Make a Move. If anybody watched Make a Move, I have reviews on that. What show should I do next? I need a show to do
Are
next.
you doing Never Ever Mets?
Should I do that one? Did it start?
It starts this Friday now that Ready to Love is done. Now that starts.
Oh, this Friday coming up.
Yeah, this week, yeah.
Ooh, hot
So
off the press. So are you doing it?
I'm gonna watch it first. I
Okay.
gotta see what it's about to see if it's worth it. I'll probably mention it in my quick reviews, but
Um,
we'll see what it's giving first. I
right.
don't know because I haven't even looked into it to see who's actually behind this. I don't know if this is Lighthearted
Oh,
Productions, Kingdom Reign Productions, who's behind this. You never know. So
the
no, if it was
people.
Kingdom Reign, Carlos would have let us know by now.
Yes, yes, he will promote it.
But I think it's Will Packer. I'm thinking it is. I want to say it is, but not sure. But I think that would be right up your alley because that was the first thing I thought about. I was like, oh, I bet you I'm the single one's gonna do that. So I think you should. Yes.
Thank you. I'll take that under advisement. It means a lot coming from the queen. So yes.
Yes, because it's something new, and I think it'll actually be refreshing because even though it's about love, and I know sometimes the shows on OWN and Love can be a little janky,
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit A, like you said, you just did only 2 episodes and you were done. So
I
that
tried.
needs to be a refresher.
I
So what
tried,
made you be done with this season? What was it for you?
girl. It was it was the men.
It was the man.
And I had an epiphany. I had a realization. Also, I mentioned I covered Make a Move, right?
Yes.
There was something Cameron said, I guess on one of his like post-show interviews. He said, he said, you're not going to get a real boss on this show because of how they run it.
Ooh,
And it's true. It came to me as an epiphany. Like men compete for women in the real world, right?
yes.
Many of them are not comfortable doing that on camera. Many men who are really building, really out here producing, to provide, don't have the time to sit around on a set for 12 hours or do that. Hey, Maud, love you, Maud. And also, the more serious a man is, the less that kind of um, process fits, right? And
Yes.
then men are being asked to compete for women with other men on television. So it's a public thing. So what's happening now is men are coming on now and they're lightweight red pill
Mm.
and they want to appear as players. They aren't there to win a woman's heart or to find a relationship. They want to look as cool as they can look and come out, looking like the man. Hey, Monique.
Mo to the king.
So I think, I think going forward, it will likely be impossible to cast good men really looking for love. I think it's gotten progressively worse season to season. And that's sad because they get these amazing, gorgeous women like Vanessa. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Her. Now
and I
she
mean, shout out to all the women, but I was like, you're going to bring in, like, at one point they sat, who's the one with the locks and the skates?
the what? The one with the what?
The locks and the skates that was talking about, what was he talking about? He was skating around, the very tall, lanky one
Yeah,
with
why am I drawing
dreadlocks.
Wayne?
It's
God,
not Will. Will had the chains.
yeah, Will had a chain. God, I just knew his name. He was the only one I knew for a
And
second.
he liked Patrice, which
I
that
know
made
Mod
sense.
knows. Mod, you better know. Mod, come with it.
Not Chaz. Chaz turned out to be
What's
a.
it, Chaz? Chaz liked everyone. Mod, what's the one with the locks? Who was with trees? Jeez, what is his
But
name?
they sat him next to Vanessa. Alonzo. Thank you,
Alonzo.
Monique.
Thank you, Monique. Good. Oh, that's my uncle, my cousin, and my granddaddy name. I'm so upset.
No way.
That's how I knew it. But yes, Alonzo.
Yeah, so at one point they sat Alonzo next to Vanessa, and I'm like, this is the problem with this show. The only person that could have been a potential for her was Chaz and Dominic potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't watch the rest of the season, but that's from episode 1 and 2.
Like it. And mine said after reunion KPA.
Maud is so funny.
Mine, she has a personal vendetta with this show. I swear, it's not healthy for her sometimes.
Many of us do. Many of us do.
It
I
is.
understand it because it was such a good show,
It
and it could
was.
be such a great show.
It can. Yes. I don't know what I feel like for me it went downhill around after Washington, after DC and Potomac. After that, I was not phased by any of the seasons really after that. I really
Yeah,
am.
it was that Texas dive because DC was a great group of singles actually.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Go back to the drawing board. I mean, I know we'll never have another retreat, but I feel like that would be a saving grace, actually. I mean, and maybe if they don't want to do a retreat, I think that could be a whole nother show where they do have it
Mhm.
where you are at a retreat. Keep everybody there to make sure they can't go off and sleep with other people and date other people. So you say you didn't watch the rest. So I don't know if you knew this, but on the reunion, Chaz
What
is
happened?
now off the market and married. How
Chaz,
that
what?
Chaz is off the market and married at the reunion. On is about to be off the market to be married. He's engaged.
Oh, he's engaged.
Yes. Apparently, I think
Boom.
yes. Yes. Some women that he was talking to a little bit, I guess.
Obviously.
Because remember, he kept saying he had 11 connections, but there was only 10 women. That other girl that he was dating outside of the progress was that 11th woman he was counting. And he gave Vanessa a dead rose at the end when he didn't pick her. Like, it was a mess. It
I'm
was a
so glad I did not see that.
it was a
Eh,
hot mess.
oh, let me give you a little bit of tea. So Chaz, he posted something about, oh, people are scared to ask me to my face or something. So I dropped down in the comments and I had a question. So I asked the question. I didn't see the show, but I saw a clip where he calls Vanessa, he called her something, emotionally something.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that was when he gave her the rose.
Girl, and so I asked the question. I said, what is it that made you call her that? Because I don't see that. So what are you basing that on? He didn't
Oh,
even reply. You want people to ask you questions, but you don't reply? Reply.
really? I mean, isn't that the whole point? I
It's
figured he
wild.
probably wouldn't have the way he left the resort before everyone else did. He left early from the resort because he couldn't handle it and
Oh my
all of that.
gosh.
So Jazz was doing a lot. Jazz was like the MVP along with the group chat that the men had. There was a whole group chat situation that messed
What?
a lot of things up, that caused a lot of women that so the process wasn't even genuine this season because there were some men in cahoots that had other plans. Yeah.
Mm.
LaRon called it out and it was a whole entire mess. Yes. It was crazy.
Wow.
So you missed nothing. There was no love going on really. So you didn't miss. There was one
Really?
couple, there was two couples that left together. One were still together when they got back.
I saw is one Mika and Justin.
Yes.
That
Yes.
was the surprising match for me, but that's cute.
Mhm.
Sometimes the odd couples are. Uh-oh.
Oh, you're back. You're
Did I
back.
pause or you
You're
pause?
back.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes the couples are what? That's where you pause.
Sometimes the odd couples are cute. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't put them together, but okay.
yeah, it's like rooting for the underdog type of thing. I love that. Yeah.
And
It's
I
like,
love a teacher.
yes. That's such yeah, it's just something
Mhm.
about that. It is, it really is. But it's so great to see that even though you have opted out of the love type of thing, that you still root for it. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's how I can tell this was a healthy choice that you made. This wasn't a bitter choice, like you said, a bitter single person. So
Mhm.
that's just very nice and refreshing. Just because
Absolutely.
yes, because I think I know someone exactly like that who was just like, you know what, I'm done, I'm good. I don't need that. Yeah. So I love that. So again.
Oh, is it? I'm trying to meet more people like me.
Yeah, you start your own whole movement going on. Shoot, they
Yeah.
are out there. Some women are just still trying to hold on and search and hope simply because they want that child, really. And I feel a lot of women out here would really opt out if it wasn't for them wanting children,
Mm.
honestly.
You know what? And I feel like I have a lot to share with women who are looking for partnership because I feel like my choice has allowed me to understand men more. I understand men way more than when I was dating.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I feel like nobody wants to listen to a single girl, but I have a lot of tea. A
You
lot of
do.
tea. And I
You,
want to share it. And I also feel like women, especially Black women, I feel like they deserve everything in life. And so, if partnership is what they want, if family is what they want, if children is what they want, that they should get it. And I think that they're going about their love journey in a very sincere way, but they're not using the right methods and means.
wow.
And so, I'm like, you got to do this. You got to date multiples. These are things that we're taught not to do that
Yeah.
are keeping people single. You have to date multiples. You should not commit prior to, a ring. That's going to be wasted time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Stuff like that. But,
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you are able to, if you good enough to get more than one to date, yes, please do. It's a lot of things I feel as we grow older and become in our own ways that we learn that society has really put things in place to really just screw us over in a way we had no idea. And
yeah.
this is one of those. This is definitely one of those because it's always
Mhm.
been like the battle of the sexes since the
Mhm.
beginning of time. It seems it's
Mhm.
it's just maddening. This, mine says I'm a single. And do you have aunties pursuing you, and how do you deal with that? Pressuring you, and how do you deal with that?
That's so funny. No, people say, "Oh, you're so pretty," or something like that. Or honestly, and I've said this on my channel, neither of my parents pressure me. But I do feel a little sad that they're not going to get that grandchild. Now, I have brothers, right?
Okay, okay.
So they have ample opportunity. I'm actually shocked that none of my brothers have children yet.
Really?
But
How
yeah,
old
but
are your brothers? Are you? Where do you rank? Are you middle, youngest, oldest?
I'm oldest.
Hey, the
But
boss.
yes, yes. And so, my parents will have grandchildren, but not from me. And I feel like my dad specifically wanted grandchildren from me. And so he always tells me, I'm so proud of you. That's all he tells me. He loves me and he's so proud of me, like every time I speak to him. But I know in his heart that that's what he wants as a dad. So that's a little tough, but nobody is like at me. Thank goodness.
That's good. That's good. They support your decisions and all
Yeah.
of that. See, that's the other beautiful thing about it. You have support from your family who understand what you're going through. But says, don't worry, I can share one of mine, girls.
Please do. Oh, Mod's kids are so cute. Mod made
They're adorable.
beautiful children.
They are. They are just the most
Yes.
lovely little kids. I don't know about their mothers sometimes. Love you, God. No,
She's the best.
no tea, no shade.
The
so,
undisputed.
so here we are in April, middle of April. Of all of the things in this week, this year that has happened in entertainment news and all of that, what has shocked you the most this year?
Um, what comes to mind is, what has shocked me so far in 2024? What have we had? Um, a lot of stuff I don't want to talk about the Diddy stuff. That bridge thing was freaky. Oh my God, they got a year's worth of rain in Dubai.
Girl, I've never seen rain like that in my entire life.
And it's the desert.
That's what I'm like. What is going on? Is
Crazy.
this that stuff they talk about in the Bible type of thing happening? You know what I'm saying? I was and I feel like such a reality TV freak because the first thing I thought about was, oh, what's going on with the Real Housewives of Dubai? And are they,
Oh yeah, we got to check on them.
because they're coming back soon. And I'm like, well, this could they have still been filming? Or are they done wrapping? So that was the first thing I thought about. But that is insane because how do you even prepare for a weather catastrophe like that when
That was crazy.
you would never expect that? So
Mm-mm.
yeah, so that was a big thing. For me, I can't even pinpoint anything that has happened. At this point, I feel like I'm almost numb. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
merch.
It's the first month I was numb. By the third week, I said,
Yeah.
"This is what we're getting. This
Mm-hmm.
hold on tight, grab a helmet." Ma says on the sequel, do you want to settle down? I take care of elderly. I feel like humans need companionship. Do you yearn for companionship? And my sister Confessions too. Look, Ma, this ain't about me.
Yeah, it is. Put her on the spot. Give her the spotlight.
Well, she
Um,
asked you first.
First of all, I'm not elderly, mod. Just joking.
Tell her.
But that's dope. But that's dope. Thank you for what you do. I think that's a really dope profession. I think that's amazing. Um, Humans, what I've learned through my journey is that humans need meaningful connection. Um, for sure. I think romantic love is just one iteration of that. And I feel like because I have a full life, because I have family, because I have friends, I have crazy friends, I have lit friends, I have really awesome, like changing history friends. And so that, really fills me up. Um, I, I think that people, because they value companionship, romantic companionship, they feel like all people need that. And that's not necessarily true. And so I think sometimes we have to normalize saying, this is what I want, this is what I need. Not everybody needs this, everybody wants that, because we're actually all very different. Okay, go Confessions.
I have no answer for that. One day, yes, I do want to be in a relationship, but right now I'm still trying to, I feel like I'm not at the par I want to be as a woman for the type of man that I want. So I'm
That's
old enough
real.
to know that there's things I need to work on still to get the man that I want. So
That's beautiful. That is so self-aware. That is so self-aware to say, you know what, to attract, what I'm trying to get, I still have a few more steps,
yep,
right?
just a
That
couple,
is
of tweaks, just a couple.
just
I'm
a few.
almost there. I said a couple more years, but I say by. See, I just turned 41, so I say by 45, I do want to be in a relationship by then because I ain't
Mm-hmm.
getting older. I know that I don't want kids,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel that by that time I can find someone who's not trying to have kids anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and we can just be us and travel because I really just want to be in love and travel. That's all I want to do. Be in
Be in
love,
love and travel.
be in love and travel. I'm shipping Confessions to Africa at the end.
Yes, as long as they have Wi-Fi there and I can watch her, you can take her to Africa.
Shoot, I'll go, my shoot. I'll go. Don't play with me. I would definitely go. So when you are not blogging, when you are not doing your real estate, what do you love to do just to unwind and relax?
I love to walk in nature. So here in Chicago, people who have never been here are surprised to know that it's very green. We have lots of forest preserves and beautiful natural kind of settings where if you like to hike or trail, you can do that. And that's what I love to do. It kind of became my thing during COVID
Uh-huh.
because boredom, so
Yes.
and it helped me, be outside, and it was safe, because people weren't around. I'm just breathing in the oxygen from the trees, and it's like, okay, I'm good. And so that's just my thing. I also, prior to that, I was a walking meditator. I like to meditate while walking, so I kind of incorporated both.
Okay, please explain to me, how can you do both? Look,
Yeah.
please. How?
Yeah, it's great. So a walking meditation. Okay. Let me help you, girl. So a walking meditation is just like some people can't still their mind just by sitting still. Like they can't get to that place, right?
Yes.
So a walking meditation, you regulate your breath and you regulate your steps so that you have a rhythm, and then your rhythm is soothing, and it allows you to get into a meditative state. And so you can talk to the creator, you can make plans, you can do like your little affirmations, you can have just your silence and just, the rhythm itself. And it's wonderful for your health inside and out.
I want to get into walking meditation now.
It's great.
Because it's because the fact that yes, I can't get there just being still. My mind is just filled with everything. And then, recently, maybe in the past year and a half, I started hearing about, learning how to breathe and regulate your
Mhm.
breath and how that's an important thing. And like, I just breathe. That's all I do. I don't think about it. And so that was
Mhm.
very interesting to me. And now you're saying this, and now I'm like really interested in this. So now I am going to
Yeah.
definitely be looking into this for this spring and summer. Thank you for that.
You're
What's
welcome. And it's
that?
good when you first getting started. It's good when you start walking to dump, right?
Okay.
So dump out. So this is what happened today. This is what I'm anxious about. This is what this is what I'm concerned with. This is what's happening next week that I have on my mind. And just dump it all out.
Yes. Hey,
And then,
Ellen,
yeah.
girl.
Hey Ellen. She's laughing. Everybody's laughing.
Ellen always
Oh,
making
okay.
me laugh.
Ellen needs it.
Ellen probably got her 2 drinks in tipsy. That's why she laughing. Don't pay her no mind.
Ooh.
Mine says I could walk out my vodka cranberry.
Yes.
Goodness.
Oh yes, I love these ladies. I really do.
My oh my goodness. I cannot with her. I just wait for the moment. I keep saying, when am I gonna have mine on here? And I get nervous every time because she is too much.
I can't wait to be in
It's a
that
hot
chat.
mess. Mine is a hot mess. So, what other bloggers do you like to watch? Like bigger bloggers? Do you like Tasha K, Funky Dineva, those type?
Funky Dineva is hilarious. In my opinion, Funky Dineva is the most natural I've ever seen. I like it, and I've watched him and I'm like, he's not even thinking. This is literally just coming through. And so that's really crazy to watch. I love Bondi Blue.
Yes.
Yes, I love Bondi. I love Bondi. Um, and I love, all you girls. I love Maud. I love you. I love Kamisha. I love Dina. I love everyone.
And we
Um,
love you back.
Thank you. There is a guy, his name is Tim. I can't think of his last name, but his name is Tim, and he's really cool. He's a very like positive creator,
Okay.
and he has like an interesting lifestyle where He kind of travels. He only does temporary work, that kind of thing. So he's kind of fun to watch. I forget his name. Tim. I forget his name. I can see his face though, but I watch him a lot.
Nice. That's what's up. Let's see. What else did I want? So, who would you think that I should pass the baton to? Who would you think would be a good person to be sitting next to me
Well,
sometime?
you said Mod. I'm here for Mod.
Oh, goodness. Bye. You've been summoned.
Yes, Mod.
Wait a minute, Mod. What? Fucky his.
Oh my God. Yeah, he has like a sinusy thing or something's going on.
Stay healthy,
Yeah.
Mod. Yes, it's a sinus infection thing that he has. Right. Mod, you are so funny. I swear to goodness. I cannot with you. So, are you up to date with what is it? Oh, how do you feel about Candace Dillard being pregnant?
Congratulations. I'm very happy for her. I'm so sorry the baby is not going to be brown like she is. But that's just what you chose, honey. So sorry about that. She's gonna, but you never know actually. The baby could end up on either side of the spectrum, actually. So she actually could have like a really brown baby.
She
Which,
could. She
yeah,
actually could. She really, really could.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy for her. She looked extremely happy. So congratulations to her and Chris and her family on the new bambino.
Ma wants to know about homes. Ma, what do you want to know? She has a whole channel that you can be going to and asking her these questions. That is why she is blogging about it, my dear.
Exactly.
So, what advice would you give someone? What's the key advice for someone who is trying to buy a home for the first time?
Okay. The first thing you should do is calculate your current DTI. What is your current DTI? Take out a calculator and calculate your DTI. DTI, when you're looking to purchase, is more important than your credit score, and in many cases, more important than your actual income. So your DTI is your debt to income ratio.
Okay.
And, and it's a very simple calculation, and there are even calculators out there that will do it for you.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
special calculators for this?
Yep. But it's your monthly expenses divided by your monthly income. Take your monthly expenses, everything that's fixed or the same amount per month. So rent, your car note if you have one, your car insurance, um, your student loan repayment, everything that's the same amount per month that you pay every month and total it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take that number and divide it by your monthly income. So
Wow.
the two digits behind the decimal is your DTI. So if you get 0.54, that is a 54% DTI. We want DTI to be 30% or less. If your DTI is higher than like 35%, if it's 40s, 50s, or more,
Uh-huh.
then you want to work on increasing your income, lowering your expenses, or doing both.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Mind you got that? It's very interesting because I'm starting wanting to look to buy a house too. So I needed this information.
Yeah, great. I've had a
Thank
couple.
you, LV. LV's got please follow.
Thank you, Ellen.
Make sure y'all follow her and make sure y'all come and get y'all questions answered. Okay.
Yeah,
Put
because
some
people
respect on
stall themselves because they're like, oh, I need a big down payment. I need to save more money. Or they're like, oh, my credit score is in the 600s. Those two things will not prevent you from getting approved. But what will prevent you is that DTI. So
it.
I would tell
That
everybody.
So okay,
Calculate.
so what if two people trying to get a home, one has a good credit score, one doesn't? Does that make it difficult if one is good and one is bad?
This is a great question. So, when it comes to being approved, ultimately that is your lender, your mortgage lender, or your mortgage broker. We always tell couples when you're looking to purchase together, right? Run our profile. This is the language you use. Run our profile individually and as a couple.
Okay.
So sometimes, based on all three factors, credit, income, DTI, one partner will be stronger than both partners combined.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to follow that. Okay.
Better, right? So you want your lender to look at all different scenarios
Mm-hmm.
to see how you would qualify.
Oh wow. So mine just wants to make known. So it doesn't matter how much I want to put down.
Okay, so when it comes to down payment, I have a video on my channel where you can get down payment assistance in all 50 states. So no matter where you are, your state has down payment assistance. Your state has grants, that's down payment assistance, that's free money that you never have to pay back. Your state has what's called a deferred loan, which means that they give you the money for the down payment. As long as you own the home for 5 years, you don't have to make payments on it.
Wow.
Or a forgivable loan, which means that if you own the home for 5 years or 7 years or whatever the terms are, then the loan just goes away. So you
Oh,
just got free money,
oh,
right? So
yeah.
every state has grant down payment assistance, deferred loan down payment assistance, or forgivable loan down payment assistance. So wherever you are, you have those available. Now, if you're in a very hot market, if you're in like Seattle, New York, or New York City, I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is very competitive, okay? And so everybody is putting in what are considered good offers. So a lot of times in those highly competitive situations where you have 10 buyers looking to purchase the same property, the down payment will make a difference.
Okay.
So, but most people, get this, right? Most people do not live in highly competitive markets. They live in a regular little place where maybe just one or two people are looking to purchase the same house by chance. So don't let down payment stop you. Work on your DTI first. Nobody's just going to tell you this on the internet, okay? Because it's not sexy, it's not cute. Work on your DTI first, then research the down payment assistance that's available in your area. Yeah, Buffalo is fine. Buffalo is fine. Shout out to Buffalo.
Shout out.
Um, and then your credit, listen to me, last. People run out and they pay money for credit
Yeah.
repair. Don't do that. That's the wrong order.
Okay. So what goes first? The DTI first.
DTI, then research your down payment programs in your state.
Okay.
And then your credit is last.
Do the credit last.
Oh,
Because
one more gem.
everybody is so scared of because they don't have good credit, so they figure,
Yeah.
oh, that's it, I'm done, I'm out.
It doesn't matter because real estate debt doesn't work the same as like credit card debt, right? Your lender is assisting you to purchase an asset, right? So
Yeah.
that debt is underpinned by the value of that asset. So your credit score doesn't make that asset more risky at all, right? It speaks to how risky you might be, as the borrower. But at the end of the day, there's still that asset. So in many cases, and people are shocked by this, just like it's easier to get a car than it is to get a credit card. It's easier to get a home than to get some other forms of credit
Yeah.
because you have the asset underneath it. Don't let it stop you. See, I'm here to empower people. You can do
Girl,
it.
you is giving the business right now. I knew I needed to have you on. See?
And my final thing, this is the final thing I'm going to say. Your student loan debt will not hurt you.
Okay.
And no matter what a credit repair person says, when you go to purchase property, they can see your student loan debt, even if it comes off of your credit report. So never pay somebody to take your student loans off of your credit. Your lender can see it. They go through a whole different system and it'll be there. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
So, yes.
Wow. What about medical debt? A lot of people have medical debt. How does that play a part?
There are several states where medical debt will not count against you at all, right? So it's fine. Focus on DTI first, right? For your medical debts, just, get yourself on a payment plan, that can work for you. You don't have to wipe it out in order to purchase.
Wow. So how about someone who is just coming from what if someone has a bankruptcy on there? Do they look at that as a hard negative?
Bankruptcies are negative, and it's kind of predatory how bankruptcies have been marketed to our community as a solution to financial problems. Bankruptcy is not sorry. I get passionate about certain things. But bankruptcy is not a solution to financial problems. If you are considering bankruptcy, consider all your options. Okay. Most of the time, people who are recommending bankruptcy for your situation is because they are selling you bankruptcy. Doesn't mean it's the best thing for you. So by all means, it used to be very almost like popular. And then people get into this thing where they're like, oh, Donald Trump filed for bankruptcy. That's not the same, guys. That's not the same thing, right? So avoid bankruptcy if you can. If you have done a bankruptcy, you have 7 years until you can come back and play. Okay. And that's another tell sign. If something is going to keep you out of the property purchasing game for 7 whole years, while other people are buying up everything. I have a story coming up. Corporations are buying up single family houses in Atlanta.
What?
So that everybody can rent from them.
Are you serious?
I'm not going to get into all my stuff, but yes.
Oh, I definitely want to hear about that. Because what? Oh my goodness. Yes, let me know. Look, I'll make sure I have my notifications on, honey. Yes, yes. So will you continue to do your blogging for as long as you're doing your real estate? Will you continue to give us the gems that we need and all of that good stuff? Because you do really good at it. And just wondering, you do so good. And I had no idea you had all this other stuff going on. And I just love you even more. I'm so glad I got to know you better.
I love you even more. I don't know if you experience this as a content creator, but I get so discouraged. I'm not going to lie. I get very discouraged at times.
Yes.
Okay. It's not just me.
Yes.
It's tough.
That was one of my questions too. I was like, yes, because it can be very discouraging sometimes. It's a process, and trying to learn and navigate, and the emotions you go through and the things that happen when you're going through it. It's a lot to navigate, but I love it at the same time. It's kind of like, being black is dangerous, but it's lit.
Yes. That is a great analogy.
And that's how I see it. I said when I start making things. I want to start a T-shirt. That's gonna be being a blogger is dangerous, but it's lit.
It sure is.
But yeah, but it's so fun because it has its perks too. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
meet great people, you interact with great people, and you just learn so much if you have an open mind to learn. You know, a lot of people, and I don't like, that was a question I wanted to ask also, because I don't like the YouTube wars and the beef
Mm.
sector and all of that. And it's just like, why is this a thing? You
Yeah.
know, it can be so much more positive, and I just love that you are a positive person and the gems that you give us. And you're just, like I said, I was driving home tonight with my cousin from work, who was just in the chat earlier, and he was asking what I had going on tonight or what, and I was telling him, oh, I'm gonna have a 21 Confessions, and it's with someone that I just love her and adore her because she's such a breath of fresh air.
Aw.
I think that is my thing for you. You are just a breath of fresh air, and I just think so highly of you and love you so much, girl.
Thank you. Same.
But
It's tough because, like Ellen said she likes beefs, and so
Ellen is beef, okay? Ellen is beef. Ellen.
and so, so sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm so unpopular, and people, and thank you for your beautiful compliments. They really touch my heart.
Aw.
People, I have received great encouragement from other people. And so, that's great. But sometimes it's like, you want to do all the content creator things. You want to draw people to the channel. You want to keep them engaged, that kind of thing. And the kind of content I create and the way that I create doesn't always allow for that, or at least it doesn't at this stage in my journey. And so that can be tough,
That's
so.
my discouragement. I feel the same way. I always say, if I was out here cursing somebody out who I really
Right.
didn't know, I'd have 2,500 people in the chat cheering
Mm-hmm.
me on. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be like that. Like, I'll go and listen to it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go listen to it, but I couldn't do it myself. You
No.
know? I couldn't clap back because, first of all, I'm not a person that's good at reading. If you
Mm-hmm.
will, I can't read for filth or none of that type of stuff. So I have to stay in my lane because I
Right.
will shoot up over there on the V sector.
Me too, because my thing is like I genuinely like everybody. And so like
Yes,
who would I be with? I'm like, oh my God, it's like I couldn't
I
be with
want to
anybody.
kumbaya. I want to bring everybody back together. Can we do
Right.
that? Is that a
Exactly. I'm like, beef wouldn't work. So guess I'm gonna stick to my little tips.
Yeah, we got to do what we got to do. But don't laugh at us. But I appreciate every vlogger for what they do.
Yes.
Sometimes you're in a mood where you want to hear somebody read for filth, especially for
Mm-hmm.
someone you don't care for out there, celebrity, and someone's about to read them. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good time. I can get into
Mm-hmm.
this. So yeah, I do go get that. I get what I need. But then I need that balance too over here. And I just love that there's so many of us with all of these different categories about us that we can all have that, and that's why it's enough for all of us to eat. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
To eat. What did you say, Ellen? Y'all are nice and sweet. That's why. Now, my be calling people out. Yes, we do. And see, that's the thing. See, my one-on-one with mine is going to be completely different from this. It's going to be completely upside down.
Oh
My
my
goodness,
God.
I swear. I
I
love
cannot wait.
you. Look for your invitation, Ma. Look for your invitation. Well, my darling, I thank you so, so much for your time and coming on and talking with me tonight. Thank you so much. I have learned so much about being single. I've learned so much about homes, credit. I'm ready to go out and buy a home now.
Yes.
We're better wow.
Booty shake.
You, I would definitely have to come and get some tips, and I need to hear about this Atlanta thing because what
Hmm.
is going on with this? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That
And
is.
I told you I started talking about it a year and a half ago. I'm like, guys, corporations are buying all the houses up. Let's get moving on some things. So yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. My goodness. Well, tell us what can we expect next from you on your channel coming up?
Amazing. So you guys can tune into my wake up show. It's weekdays. We talk about world news, culture, trending topics, and my tips, of course, and just everything relevant to the culture. So you can find me over on On a Spot Live. That's onaspotlive.com. I'm also collaborating with the E. Nicole for a project called the Black Dollar Coalition, where I talk more about this stuff as well as general finance stuff. My degree is in finance. I worked in finance and accounting before becoming a realtor in 2018. So that is available for you. And if you are looking for love and you're open, if you want love so badly that you're open to listening to a single girl who knows everything about men, literally everything, follow me at I am period the single one period.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. So make sure you are following all of that and make sure you got those notifications on so you know when you can get into it. I am the single one on the spotlight. Thank you so, so much for coming through. And you know, you are always welcome anytime. And I hope that we are on the screen together soon again.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You have a lovely night, my dear.
You too.
Bye bye. And there you have it, y'all. I am the single ones. I am on the spotlight. Please make sure you are following her. She gave some tips, baby. My goodness, I did not know I needed all of that in my life. And that is why I do this. That's why I am doing this show. Just to meet people, you never know what you are going to learn, what is going to happen. My baby, you ready for this spot? You ready for this spot, girl? I'm going to DM you tomorrow. We going to figure out a date. We going to get it cracking. All right. Well, y'all, it is midnight over here. And if y'all don't know, it's time for me to watch the Black Hamptons. Okay. The Black Hamptons is on tonight. And I know I haven't been talking about it, but I really want to talk about the Black Hamptons. I told y'all to get into it so we could talk about the Black Hamptons. Okay? Okay? Now go ahead and watch it. Now, thank you again on the Spotlight. I'm the single one. Thank y'all all in the chat coming through and clowning with us and getting all of your tips that you needed. My goodness, I feel like I can go buy a house now. I really, really do. I'm so excited. I buy a house with my single self. Buy a house with my single self, okay? I am just, wow. She made the decision to really just not deal with men. That is so courageous. You know, that takes a lot of guts to be single than it is to be with somebody. Oh my goodness. I feel so different. I feel different. I'm gonna get there. No, I'm gonna be buzzed, mine. I'm gonna be buzzed because I'm not dealing with you sober. I refuse. Okay. But I am going to watch Black Hamptons, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for chilling on this late night status. I can't believe y'all here on a late night tip. Y'all know y'all usually don't do that with a girl. But I thank y'all for coming through. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm out this nasty thing.